friends, and welcome to Edupedia World Videos. This is the course Linux Operating Systems Basics with Vakish Kumar, and in this particular video we will be continuing our tutorial on VI editor in Linux. So VIM is an improved version of VI editor, which is in use these days. And till now what we have covered is that we have learned about various modes that are there in VI editor, and we have also learned how to use the escape mode. Okay, so now in this particular section we should start with Vim Insert Mode. So we have learned about a few commands in Vim Escape Mode, like small I, capital I, or small a, or small o, or capital O. So each of these commands, when executed in the escape mode, will take you to the insert mode. So when you will either press any of these characters on your keyboard, which is small I, small a, small o, or capital O, each of these will take you to the insert mode. And depending on which character you press, your cursor position will shift accordingly, and some action will be taken on the screen accordingly. So like if you press small I, that means it will start inserting at the current position, so your cursor will not move. However, if you press capital I, it will take your cursor to the beginning of the current line, and it will start typing from there onwards. Similarly, A is append mode. In that case, your cursor position will shift one position to the right, so it will start appending from one position to the right. And similarly, capital A will start appending towards the end of the line. So when you press capital A, your VI will switch from escape mode to the insert mode, and it will take the cursor to the end of the current line so that you can start typing from there onwards. Similarly, there is small o, which will open a new line below your current line. So when you press small o, it will open a new line below your current line and also switch from escape mode to the insert mode. Similarly, on pressing the capital O while you are in escape mode, you will be switched to insert mode, but a new line will be opened above the current line instead of below the current line. So in case there is already a line above the current line, when you press capital O, your current line will be shifted one space downwards, and a blank line shall be inserted above your current line from where you can start typing. Similarly, in case of small o, if there is already a line below your current line, the line below the current line will get shifted by one line space downwards, and you can start typing from the beginning of the newly inserted blank line. Okay, so this was about how to enter into the insert mode. Now, once in this mode, you can simply start typing as normal. Okay, so you should remember that to start typing into the text file, you have to switch from the escape mode into the insert mode, and the way to switch to the insert mode is one of these. Okay, so now if in case you want to go back to the escape mode, okay, or back to the command mode, the way to do that is you have to press the escape key. Okay, so once you press the escape key, which is on the top left corner of your keyboard, once you press the ESC or the escape key, you will be taken back to the escape mode. Okay, so now let us just try this out practically. I'll just open a putty window which I have already opened. Okay, now I will open a file which I have already created. Let me open the file list.txt. Okay, so it is just a sample file with some names over here and some numbers over here. Now suppose if I want, now at this moment when you will be seeing the file name written over here and it shows the cursor position and all, so by default when you open VI editor it is in the escape mode. Okay, so to take into the insert mode, you either have to press I, small I, small a, or small o, or capital O. So if you press small I and start typing, it will start typing at the current position. Okay, and in case you press capital A, it will take you towards the end of the current line and start appending from there onwards. Similarly, pressing small o will insert a line below, and pressing capital O will insert a line above the current line. Okay, so that much we had already done earlier also, but just for revision, that how to use your insert mode. Now to get back to the escape mode from insert mode, you have to press the escape key. Now to check that, just get into the insert mode by pressing small I. You can see that the word insert is written over here. It comes over here, so that means that you are in the insert mode. Now in insert mode, whenever you start typing, it will start typing at the position where the cursor is currently on. So you can move using your arrow keys if you want to type elsewhere. Okay, so that is how you use via editor in insert mode. Now to go back to the normal mode, escape mode, you just press the escape key over here, and you can see that the text insert from here disappears and there is nothing over here written. So that means that you are in the escape mode. Okay, so that is how to go back to the escape mode from the insert mode. Now let us see the VI command mode. So what is a command mode? Okay, unlike escape or insert mode, in command mode you can type complete commands on your VI console and then press your return key or the enter key to execute those commands. Okay, to enter into the command mode you have to press colon, which is two dots. Okay, so two dots, this sign is known as the colon sign, two vertical dots, and it is just usually in the US layout keyboard, it is just adjacent to the L key, to the L letter. Okay, so there are two uh, uses of this key. One is the semicolon and the other one is the colon. So to enter colon you have to press shift and then use this key, so it will insert a colon on your screen. So this is the key that will take you to the command mode, but you have to remember that first you have to go to the escape mode, and only then when you press colon on the escape mode you will be taken to the command mode. In case you press colon in the insert mode, it will not do nothing, but it will type a colon on the screen, so it will not take you to the command mode. To go to the command mode, what you have to do is first come back to the escape mode and then press colon over there. Okay, so you can run various commands in this mode, and some of these commands are given over here. First of all is the forward slash, which we have done in the escape mode also. This command works similarly in the command mode, similar to what it does in escape mode. So it will search for a string towards the bottom of the file from the current position onwards. Okay, similarly you have question mark, which is just the opposite. It will search for a string towards the top of the file from current position onwards. So we have already seen these two commands working, but we'll just have a basic look at these once we do the practical exercise for the command mode. Then there is colon %s, and this is a very important command in VI, so you must learn how to use this command. So it, although it has a basic function of replacing a current string in a file, but it can perform very handful of other functions also, which are pretty complex. So we can see it will help you to perform large tasks, huge tasks in very short amount of time. So we will see how to do that. Okay, so a lot of times it is required that you have to edit a large amount of file, and on each line you have to perform similar kind of operations. So for example, at the end of every line you have to enter a hash key, you have to enter a hash character, or maybe you want to clip off the full stop from the end of every line. So these kinds of editing will otherwise be quite tedious for you, because you will have to go to each and every line towards the end and then press the delete key. So that will take a lot of time if you have a long file, but using the %s command you can do this within seconds. So I'll show you how to do that also. Okay, so then there is se or set command, which is used to set various parameters on your VI console. So these kinds of parameters are ignore case, tab space, and then there is width, then there is paste mode, etc. So we'll learn about a bit of these. Then there is exclamation command, which is used to run a shell command from within your VI editor window. So you can run a shell command like ls, okay, from within your VI editor window. So you can also use this for running commands like make. Okay, make is a command to compile your C code on Linux systems. So in case you don't know about that, this means it was just to tell you that you can do such kinds of tasks from within VI editor. Okay, so apart from that, there is a command W, which is to write the changes to disk. So this is just the save command. Okay, and if you want to change the name of the file while saving, you have to give a space after W, and then you can write a name to the file. So you can specify the new name over there. So that will work as save as. Then there is Q, which is for quit, and then there is W colon. So not colon but exclamation mark. So this particular exclamation mark, when used alone, it is used to run a shell command, but when used after a particular command, so it will actually cause that command to be executed forcefully. Suppose you have opened a file in a read-only mode and then you press W and press enter. It will Vim will warn you that your file is currently open in a read-only mode, but you cannot edit it. If you want to edit it forcefully, what you can do is you can write W and then colon. So it will mean that forcefully write the file to disk. So that will only happen if you actually have the rights to write the file on the disk. If you actually have the modifier rights on that file, only then you will be able to execute this command. If in case you do not have the writing rights over that file, then it will still not be useful for you. Similarly, if you are quitting a file and you have made some changes on it, but you have not saved the changes, so VI will otherwise not allow you to quit that file. Okay, in case you want to quit without saving the changes, you will have to use Q and then append the exclamation sign after the Q sign, so it will quit that. Suppose you want to save and quit, you can use a shorthand, which is WQ, and that is how you can do these things. Now let us just to try these commands on the screen. So when you are in escape mode, you have to press colon and that will take you to the command mode. So let us try this. Shift and then the colon key, it will take me to the command mode, and the sign of the command mode is that at the bottom of the screen you can see the colon is there and your cursor is over here just after the colon. So that is where you can type. Okay, so the first command that we had done in the command mode was to search a string in the forwards direction. So now you can see that my cursor at this point of time is at line number 4. Okay, so if I search anything, it will start searching below this particular line, not above this particular line. So if I search Suresh at this particular line, okay, it will, although it might highlight all the occurrences of Suresh, but the cursor will be placed at the occurrence which is very next to the current line. Okay, so whatever occurrence is found towards the bottom of the screen will be the place where the cursor will go on. So if I do this, you can see the cursor comes to the line number 5 instead of line number 3. So that means that it has searched in the forwards direction, downwards direction. Now if I want to switch to any other occurrence, I can press the small n key and it will keep on taking me to the occurrences. Now since there are only 2 occurrences, after this particular occurrence it goes on to the end of the file and it encounters the bottom, so it then again starts searching at the beginning of the file and then it comes over here. So that is how the cursor will travel. Okay, but at this point, if I want to search, if I want to go in the opposite direction, what I can do is I can press shift and N. It will take me to the opposite direction. Similarly, you can use the question mark. So if I am at the line number 4 and I search Suresh from over here using the question mark, it will search in the upwards direction from the current position. So that means it will highlight both the uh, occurrences of Suresh, but it will take me to the occurrence which is above the current cursor position. So above line number 4, it will take me to line number 3 as soon as I pressed enter. Now pressing small n will take me traverse me towards the upper direction, and capital N will take me towards the bottom direction. So that is how it will work. So this is about question mark and exclamation. So after that, let us see how you can use %s to replace a string on the screen. So this we'll be doing in the next video, because the usage of %s is quite interesting and it is a bit complex. So I have decided to dedicate an entire video to using the %s command of VI editor. Okay, so I hope that you understood whatever we have discussed in this particular video. Keep on watching our course Linux Operating Systems Basics. Thank you.